Think about it. What would happen if you started using 100% of your brain instead of just 10%? You would be able to control time, read everyone's mind, and even disappear to exist everywhere at once. Today, we are going to look at the story of one such girl. After a dangerous drug accidentally enters her body, her brain becomes faster than a supercomputer. You won't even be able to blink until the end of this video, so let's get started. The story begins with Lucy, a young American girl studying in Taipei, Taiwan. Outside a hotel, her boyfriend, Richard, asks her to deliver a briefcase to a powerful gangster named Mr. Zhang. Lucy refuses because she has no idea what is inside. Richard tries to tempt her with $500, but when she still doesn't agree, he trickily handcuffs the briefcase handle to Lucy's wrist. Left with no choice, Lucy has to go. Lucy walks inside the hotel and asks the receptionist about Mr. Zhang. As soon as she gives her name, Mr. Zhang's thugs suddenly shoot Richard dead outside. At that very moment, the thugs drag Lucy into the elevator. When she is brought into Mr. Zhang's room, she vomits upon seeing blood-soaked corpses on the floor. Mr. Zhang calls a translator and writes the briefcase code on a slip of paper. He terrifies Lucy into opening the briefcase. Inside, there were 4 plastic packets filled with a blue powder. To test this drug, Mr. Zhang calls in a drug addict. The moment the man snorts the blue powder, he begins laughing like a maniac and starts convulsing. Mr. Zhang shoots him immediately. After this, he offers Lucy a job working for him. When she refuses, the thugs beat her until she passes out. On the other side of the world, a scientist named Professor Norman is giving a lecture on the capacity of the human brain. He explains that humans use only 10% of their brain capacity, whereas dolphins can use up to 20%, allowing them to communicate and navigate using sonar waves. When Lucy opens her eyes, she finds herself in a hotel room with a bandage wrapped around her stomach. The thugs give her clothes and bring her back to Mr. Zhang. 3 other people are trapped there with her. A British doctor informs them that a highly valuable synthetic drug called CPH4 has been surgically hidden inside their stomachs so it can be smuggled into Europe. Lucy is locked up in a room. There, a guard tries to misbehave with her and brutally kicks her right in the stomach, exactly where the drug packet was hidden. Due to the impact, the packet bursts inside her abdomen, and a massive amount of the drug leaks into her bloodstream. The effect of the drug is so intense and violent that Lucy begins to float in the air, smashing against the walls and the ceiling. Meanwhile, Professor Norman is explaining that if a human uses 20% of their brain, they can gain absolute control over every cell in their body. If they reach 40%, they can control other people's minds and matter. When asked what would happen at 100%, the professor admits he has absolutely no idea. Back in the room, when Lucy regains consciousness, her eyes are glowing blue and she feels no pain at all. When a guard enters, she uses her charms to trick him, knocks him unconscious, grabs his gun, and takes down all the thugs outside. She then casually digs out a bullet from her own shoulder without flinching. Afterward, she forces a taxi driver to take her to the Tri-Service General Hospital. Along the way, her senses heighten so much that she can clearly hear conversations from miles away.
Bursting into the hospital's operating theater, she holds the doctors at gunpoint. Looking at a patient's x-ray, she coldly remarks that his tumor is spread too far and he won't survive, before shooting him dead. She then forces the doctors to surgically remove the ruptured bag of drugs from her stomach. While on the operating table, she calls her mother. Lucy tells her that she can now feel everything: the rotation of the earth, the direction of the wind, and even her forgotten childhood memories. The doctors explain that natural CPH4 is produced by pregnant women in the 6th week of pregnancy, which is vital for a baby's development. For Lucy to survive such a massive dose was nothing short of a miracle. Now equipped with superpowers, Lucy heads straight to Mr. Zhang's hotel. She wipes out his bodyguards and stabs Mr. Zhang through both of his hands. Using her telepathic powers, she dives deep into Mr. Zhang's mind and extracts the locations and flight tickets of the other 3 drug couriers. Lucy returns to her apartment, grabs her roommate Caroline's laptop, and researches everything on the internet in the blink of an eye. She discovers Professor Norman's work and contacts him. She tells the professor that her brain capacity has crossed 20% and her human emotions are fading away. To prove her claim, she overrides all the electronic gadgets in his room to display her face, promising to meet him in 12 hours. Before leaving, she advises Caroline to change her unhealthy lifestyle. Lucy alters her appearance and hair color to evade the police and boards a flight to Paris. On the way, she contacts a Paris police captain, Pierre Del Rio, so that the other 3 drug packets can be seized. The police successfully intercept the 3 drug smugglers at a hospital in Paris. During the flight, Lucy types on her laptop at an impossible speed. When the flight attendant asks her to turn off the laptop, Lucy orders a glass of champagne. However, the moment she drinks it, her body cells begin to disintegrate and she starts to vanish. She rushes to the washroom and snorts the remaining CPH4 drug to stabilize herself, falling unconscious right after.
When Lucy wakes up in the Paris hospital, Captain Pierre is waiting for her. With just a flick of her finger, Lucy knocks out all the doctors and policemen in the room except Pierre. She unloads the bullets from Pierre's gun and commands him to drive. On the road, she uses her powers to visualize phone signals floating in the air and intercepts a call from Mr. Zhang's right-hand man, G, who is heading to the same hospital to reclaim the drugs. Lucy drives like a maniac to get to the hospital. However, G and his men have already arrived, killed the 3 smugglers, and extracted the drugs from their stomachs. As they try to escape, Lucy confronts them. By now, her brain is operating at 60%. She effortlessly flings the thugs into the air and creates an invisible wall to block G. She takes the drugs and leaves with Pierre. Outside, Mr. Jang spots Lucy and orders his men to chase her down.
Lucy and Pierre meet Professor Norman and his team of scientists at a university. There, Lucy begins sharing her limitless knowledge of the universe with them. Meanwhile, Mr. Jang and his men storm the university, triggering a massive bloody shootout with the police. Inside the lab, Lucy explains the true meaning of time and life. She requests the scientists to inject the remaining 3 packets of the drug into her body. As the drug enters her system, Lucy's brain functions shoot past 70%. Her body begins transforming into a strange black substance, spreading and absorbing all the computers and electronics in the lab to draw more energy. Lucy bends time backward, pulling all the scientists into a vast white space. She merges all the technology into a next-generation supercomputer. Outside, the thugs blow open the lab door with a rocket launcher. During this chaos, Lucy embarks on a space-time journey. She travels back to 20th century New York, then to the colonial era, and all the way back to the dawn of humanity, where she encounters Australopithecus, the very first human ancestor, and touches fingertips with her. After that, she witnesses the ultimate beginning of the universe, the Big Bang.
Right then, Mr. Jang breaks into the lab, points a gun at Lucy's head, and fires. But at that exact millisecond, Lucy's brain reaches 100% capacity. She vanishes completely, becoming one with space and time. Mr. Jang's bullet hits empty air. Pierre rushes into the room and shoots Mr. Jang dead. Within moments, the supercomputer vanishes, leaving behind a small black flash drive, which Professor Norman picks up. His life's research was finally complete. Pierre asks the professor where Lucy went. Just then, Pierre's phone lights up with a text message that reads, "I am everywhere." The movie ends with Lucy's voiceover saying, "Life was given to us 1 billion years ago. Now you know what to do with it." So guys, how did you like this mind-blowing story of Lucy? If you love the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and hit that like button to support the channel. See you in the next thrilling video. Thank you!